Now, before the conversation, pre the conversation, you guys are cool. Obviously, you had your fights, but you were cool. Then during the conversation, during that period, there's gonna be some sort of reflection time for you, because you are going to like question the entirety of the person's existence. If this person does not believe in something as basic as something that you believe in, which is... Alright, hi, what's up? My name is Abela Dragumi, and I want to welcome you to another episode of the podcast. If you're new here, with me here, I have the beautiful, delectable, half a week. Oh yeah, now introduce yourself.
Yo, what's up, guys? My name is Dikbo. Boom. That's all.
Okay. That's Dikbo, by the way. That's Dikbo on a good day, and this is Dikbo on a normal midnight. Right. Anyways, I know it's been a minute, so I just want to do like a quick life update. I'm not going to bore you with the details, because for some people, they're new for the first time here, and we're trying to create an impression. Today we're talking about if it's enough to judge people based on their beliefs, and this topic kind of stemmed from a tweet that I saw on the internet a couple of weeks ago, that someone said, now that so and so person candidate has won, people that you have lost your relationships, was it worth it? Right? That's like the premise from which this podcast will be based on. But there's going to be a quick life update, so it doesn't seem as though we're just coming here to talk to you. You're our guy, you understand? Right. So personally, I know it's been a minute. It's been a couple of months that the podcast has aired, and I just want to apologize for that. A ton of things has happened. Right. Even before now, we've had the podcast pandemic, which I hoped to be a part of. But, I guess life has its way of doing its thing, right? What other things happened again? We had the political election, we had the governorship election, we have the presidential election, and a ton of other things happened that I think if you would indulge me, my DMs are going to be wide open. In fact, you don't even need to say anything. Just say hi, you're from the podcast. Trust me, I'm going to send you a full 60 seconds voice message to just gist with you, right? Let's just go into the podcast, right? Dikbo, how have you been? What's going on?
I'm alive. Like, that's the highlights of my life.
That's like
being alive. Yeah, it's an awesome achievement. It's not easy.
Wow, that's one way to look at stuff,
It's
right?
not easy.
That's one way to look at stuff, to be very honest. Like I said earlier today, we're talking about if it's enough to base people or judge people based on their beliefs. And like I explained earlier on, the premise for which this episode was based on was this particular tweet that I saw a couple of weeks ago, where this guy said something like, people that you've lost your relationships, is it like something saying like, now that I've lost a relationship and the person that you were fighting for did not win, was it worth it? Right? I saw somebody made this tweet, and I'm going to involve Dikbo from here. Some guy made this tweet prior to the election that he has lost, or he has blocked about 83 of his friends, right, because of the supported so and so candidate that was not his candidate of choice. Now, I put it to you, Dikbo. Do you think it's enough to judge people based on their beliefs, or what they choose to believe in, or who they choose to believe in, beyond political inclination?
Well, what I'd say is everyone is free to believe in whatever they want to believe in, right? And if you want to be friends with someone, you need to sometimes have the ability to overlook what they believe in.
Okay.
However, if their fundamental beliefs clash with your own value system, I like that English value system. If it clashes with your value system, then it's perfectly fine to not be okay, you can even be friends with them, but not close friends.
What if you were close friends before?
And it's enough reason to no longer be close friends. Right?
That's what I don't get, because it's a choice.
What is a choice?
Who they choose to believe in is just like saying, because of you don't like bread and beans, or because I don't like bread and beans, I mean, because of bread and beans was the foundation of which my parents met. My parents told me that they met at a bread and beans joint, and from the beginning of my life, I looked at bread and beans as I might meet my future wife. And because if I come here and tell you that bread and beans is trash, it's enough because of bread and beans is part of your value system as a person, and because of it's just meaningless to me, and it's a normal food. Is that because that's what I'm hearing?
Why? Okay, so for me, bread and beans is not enough reason to not be friends with someone.
Okay.
Right? But there are certain, when it comes to life, there are certain values that are really important, and if you do not have some basic respect for life in your beliefs, then that is counterintuitive to being friends with someone, right? Let's say, for instance, you're agnostic.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
So why are you saying it?
I know it means something about religion, right? I think it means, I don't know, either you do not believe in deities or you only believe in one, right? One of the two. Let me Google it sharp. Man,
we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it.
Right. So what does it mean?
Person that believes nothing is known, does not believe in the existence of God, does not believe in the supernatural.
Very wonderful. So agnostic means you don't believe in God, right? So one person can be agnostic, right? And he can be friends with, say, a pastor, a religious leader,
Okay.
There's a fundamental clash in their values because one believes in deities, the other does not.
Oh, okay.
But if the person that does not believe in deities still has that basic respect for life, still has that basic moral inclination that people matter, you should not basically hurt people for no reason, there are some basic morals that human beings should have.
Okay.
So if someone that is agnostic still has that level of respect for human life,
yeah,
then there is no reason why they cannot be friends with someone that is a religious leader in their religious circle.
So let's look at it from this point of view. Let's look at it from before, during, and after, right? So before the subject came on, right? Before you found out, because obviously maybe it might have been a turner for you because it was not part of a value system. If you had known that this was, for example, this is a very common example, right? You're dating somebody and things are getting serious, right? You're of age, you're looking to settle down, but you had never conversed about what the person thinks about children, right? Now, you've been with the person for 2, 3 years, 4, 5 years, and you've come to grow fond of each other. But because of you naturally assume that this person would want kids, right? And then the conversation just pops out of nowhere. Now, before the conversation, pre the conversation, you guys are cool. Obviously, you had your fights, but you were cool. Then during the conversation, during that period, there's gonna be some sort of reflection time for you, because you are going to question the entirety of the person's existence. If this person does not believe in something as basic as something that you believe in, which is children, right? How do you navigate that middle, which is the during, and then the aftermath of that particular question? So however you do the middle will determine whether or not you and the person exist. If the person decides that, children is a liability to my career path, I do not want them, I do not need them. So how do you, I'm taking it to the extreme, but isn't the point of being human and being in existence basically is to have different points of view and be unique in whatever we believe in, and find a compromise, find something in between to just help us coexist basically?
Yeah, so I like what you said, find a compromise. Two people in a relationship, one wants children, the other doesn't want children. They find a compromise. If they cannot, they separate, and life goes on. Nobody dies. It is better for them to separate early on when they know they cannot compromise on this topic, rather than be together for a certain number of years and then all of a sudden they're getting divorced. Why? Because one wanted children, the other didn't want children.
What if they believe that they'll change? And I'll give you an example. Have you seen Suits?
No.
Oh my god. Oh my days. Okay, so for folks that have not seen Suits, I'm just going to paint the picture of the series. There's this character called Louis Late. He basically was the guy. I won't say he was the guy, but he was like an emotional person. He gets angry and everything, and he was of age. He wants to get married, and he kept meeting people that they were not like serious. And when he actually met somebody that had his nonsense fetish, he had very annoying fetish, by the way. He has like weird ass fetishes, right? When he met somebody that really was like into his fetish, the person was anti-children. It was so bad that they had to break up, right? It was as bad as she had to go marry somebody else. He had to come to interfere. It's the movies. Perhaps they exaggerated things. The point is, they broke up, right? They go back together again, but she was not on board. He was already on board that, oh, okay, I can do without kids. I can find a way around it. But then something happened. She took in. My man shot his shot, right? And she was like, okay, it's fine. She can work with it. Now, I'm saying all of this to say, what if in the during, and you just want to give it a shot. You want to say, oh, perhaps this person changes his mind. Perhaps I want to see more. I want to see where this person is coming from, because nobody is really that insane. I want to believe that whatever thing we believe in, there's a saying, this if you know better, you do better. So meaning that if you are doing something, it means you don't know better. And you should have empathy for these people that seem to go in the opposite direction of what logically is supposed to be right. I think, am I deep in this thing too much?
The same thing. You are saying, okay, eventually they compromise, right? And that's why I said in the beginning, they try to compromise.
No, what you are saying is, if the person does not go with your value system,
you find out they are against you, you break off. That's not what I said. I said you try to compromise.
Now that is the essence of this conversation. Now let's bring it back to political inclinations and political beliefs, right? As I'm sure you are aware, if you are listening in Nigeria, if you're not in Nigeria, it's the presidential election period this past couple of weeks, and we have a candidate. We have the candidate in power, the party that has been in power for the past decade, or even more, safe. And logically speaking, we've seen the country go to shit under their governance and their presidents and everything. And a new what's it called now, candidate comes up. He has the track record of, because there's been a governor of another state. He's left millions and billions in the accounts, and it seems like the right choice. Is the guy is like very transparent and everything, and logically speaking, that guy seems like the kind of person we should give a chance, right? But this person, I'll say another friend of mine, I won't mention his name, but a friend of mine, okay, but is he fictional? I think he's fictional. Right? I'll say a friend of mine believes in this person. He believes that, this ruling party people, they deserve another chance, or I don't know, they just believe in that, they want that. And I'm like, okay, is it enough to unfollow? Because how can you say you unfollowed 83 people? And this person came to the internet, it's sort of an influencer of some sort, and he came and it was like a flex that, if you are following this person, you're not even my friend at all. And I'll even make it more personal, right? A couple of years ago, I think 2-3 years ago, there was the conversation of rape on the internet. It was quite rampant. Don't get me wrong, rape has always been on the internet. People have always talked about it. But at the time, I think it was during lockdown or so, I'm not quite sure. At the time, it was really, really trending, right? There was a trigger. Everybody was, for months on end, people was just accusing people of rape, people that were not even deserving, or that did not deserve it, or did not, I won't say did not deserve it. Let me choose my words right, because it's a very sensitive topic. People that did not commit it, right? They were, because of people, ladies or guys wanted to chase clout, they'll say, oh, this person did not give me consent or did not collect consent from me, and right? Now, because of I had some sort of audience, people approached me that, oh, Adura, this would be a nice conversation to have on the podcast. But I know that this topic, or topics like this, topics like politics, religion, rape, some other sensitive topics, I try to shy away from it, because a misyan can be taken as a whole perspective, like something that was said could easily be taken out of context, and I would not want the podcast to go viral for the wrong reasons, right? Now, I say all of this to let you know that during that period,
shake the table of your podcast.
No, so during that period, right, during that rape period, I did not say anything. People then approached me that, I try to talk about this in the podcast, and I'm like, I don't believe in it. I think people that do it are animals, but I don't want to talk about it. and they're like, oh, you're not using your platform for good. One thing. I'm going to still come to that perception of people going after celebrities that are neutral and not even trying to put their mouth. That's by the way. But then I then had people were calling me, or people called me out to be apologists because of I was not saying anything, right? To the point in which I told this chick, I feel bad whenever I say it because she was really my friend for the most part of the university. Smolly, like I call her Smolly. Smolly, she was very, very good to me. Like we're G's for the most part of the university. And I think it was towards the end of the university that my university days when the trend came up, and she was trying to talk to me, and I'm like, see, this conversation they are pushing. I told her, I don't believe in rape. I don't want to talk about it. But if you insist, let's talk about it. Then we were having a back and forth. Then she said something that was like, oh, if it was your sister, would you keep quiet? And I'm like, I understand that you might be triggered, but this conversation, choose your words wisely, as it may lead to the end of the relationship between me and you. And it was more of, I wanted to prove a point and sabotaging our 4-year, 5-year relationship we have had in existence, right? As in, people are quick to prove a point. Like, it's like every argument that every couple have. It is either you win the argument and you run the risk of saying the wrong things, not taking your words back, and losing your partner forever just to win a single argument. Or is it worth it to just let this person calm down? Let me calm down. Let me understand you. Let us make sense. Because because of the internet is easy to block somebody. If when we did not have the internet, I literally had to see through my 100 level with, is this my 100 level or 200? My 200 level with an ex because of I could not attend that class. She was there, I was there. Do you know how awkward that must have been? Right? Now, this is to show that you cannot unblock people in real life. You cannot, but because of the internet offers the liberty of, you are dead to me. Your existence is easily removable just by an unblock button, by a block button. And so you block the person on all social media platforms, and that was the end of it. All right. And my question now is, I'm giving all of this backstory to offer context that do you think it is worth risking relationships over arguments, over beliefs, right?
So, what me I'd say is, use your head. Internet is not a real place. Twitter is not a real place. The things you see online do not necessarily carry over offline. Anybody that is telling you cancel this because of this, cancel this because of that, are they living your life? Are they living your own reality every day? Do they go through the same thing you go through every day? Do they have your experiences? Do you have their experiences? It is different for everybody. Just because you see someone cancelling 83 friends because they went to go and support Tinubu does not mean that you carry your big head and say, the lie. Anybody that does not support Peter will be blocked.
It's as bad as they say. And I saw tweets that say, anybody that puts this so and so candidate on my timeline, I'm blocking the person. Bro.
So, you know the funny thing? They are perfectly fine. It's their timeline. They can do whatever they like. But what does that have to do with you?
Me, as a person like me.
Yes. Why are you triggered?
I'm triggered because I feel like I don't think it's worth it to lose relationships.
That's your personal opinion.
No. Think about it. We've been guys for years now. And because of a conversation comes up that we don't necessarily see it. It's a conversation. We have millions of topics that can be talked about. Why not just, if you think...
That's the thing. Talk about. Communicate. If you have a friend, okay, if you are supporting Peter Obi, your friend is supporting Tinubu, don't go and block your friend because say they are blocking people. Go and ask that your friend, why are you supporting Tinubu? Give me facts. Let me understand where you are coming from. You understand where I'm coming from. Come to a compromise. Talk to your person. Don't go and block your person because of Twitter. Use your head.
I think the chair is doing funny. So do you want to try this guy? The chair is making the squeaky noises. Sorry.
And I'm not doing anything scripted.
Anyhow, Shabo, I'm
Use
going.
your head.
I'm just gonna say that, and this is not to impose what I believe in. But people might cancel me. Like, that's the thing. I am just
Who
being
is people?
bro. Have you
Who is
seen
people?
the internet is crazy? You don't know.
like it's when people say people. Who is people?
Okay.
How many are they?
All right. So
8 billion people plus on this planet.
uh,
1, 2, 3 people will come and say, "Hey, shaking tables is this, that," and then all of a sudden, who is people? See, there are 8 billion plus people on this planet.
but have you ever been
How
dragged?
many
Listen.
of them?
Have you ever been dragged on
I've not
Twitter
been
before,
dragged. I'm not lying.
bro? It is very depressing. I was dragged one
I'm
time.
not going to deny that.
I was dragged one time, bro.
But you have to remember that how many people dragged me? Are they up to 1,000?
We did get 1,000 likes on top drag.
That is likes, comments, 1,000. Nobody has that time. Nothing. No.
You'd
how
be
many
surprised
people-
what Tweeps will be doing. Twitter Nigeria.
Okay. So maybe some people do have that time, right? But how many of them are they? Just because a certain number of people disagree with you is not enough reason for you to not stick to your beliefs. Would you cancel somebody that supports Tinubu?
Honestly,
No.
I don't even.
No.
I don't care.
That's the short answer.
I don't
No,
care.
you would not. Because you are apathetic.
No, that's a strong word. Before they this is that this
You just
no,
say
no,
you
no,
don't
no,
care on
no,
live
no, no,
TV. Am
no.
I
Listen,
lying? What-
listen. When I say I don't care, I know what apathetic means. Like when I say I don't care, I'm saying that I don't care what you believe in,
It doesn't care.
what you believe in.
It's not going to cancel you because you support Tinubu.
Yeah, why are you trying to put words in my
I'm
mouth?
I'm not putting words in your mouth. I'm saying what you're saying.
I'm just saying
it
that-
as it is. I'm
see,
shaking the table.
See, I'm saying that everybody, as people, we are all entitled to what we believe in.
Of course.
I am not going to judge you. Okay, obviously, I'm going to get some sort of friction with you that, oh, are you foolish? Why you like you are leaving the diaspora to come to this place to vote for some drug lord and that literally that is almost dying. Logically, I'm going to like have that friction. But is it enough for me to say you are dead to me?
Very good. So, what do you require to say you are dead to me to someone? What is your limit?
What is my own limit? Simple.
What is your line?
Simple. If I have the patience enough to actually communicate with you, bro, what's up? I saw your tweet. Let me know where you're coming from. Let me understand your point of view, and we talk it through. You convince me why you think this is a better candidate, and I see reasons from your point of view. I would respect what you believe in. That's it, and I'll tell you why I don't believe in it. But if you now take that conversation to start to throw me under the bus, right? You know this when you're having a conversation with somebody, there's some things that are off limits in the conversation. Maybe you know some secret about this person, and this person literally threw that saying at your face that you no be so you go do one thing. I'm like, bro, what did he carry? What did he throw? We're just talking about so if you're taking that conversation way too personal and your points are not valid to me, I'm like, okay, no, well, I respect the decision, but this is what I think, and I'll leave it at that. But if you're not taking it as a personal attack and you're taking shots at me,
You take your shot.
so this is it. Tobafe kabukun. Is Yoruba. This is Tobafe kabukun. I will tell you. Like this, I think it's something that I do. Like when you want to want to misbehave, I'll tell you that, bro, this conversation that you're pursuing, it could lead in one of two ways. It's either me and you are going to fight, we're going to throw blow, or we're not. You're going to dent. Yeah, that's the word. You're going to dent our relationship. So tread lightly if you think you must tread. But I would advise you, for the sake of the 5-year friendship that we've built, let's just leave it as it is. Then let's go back to replying each other's memes and let's just be vibing. I would only know that for posterity's sake, anything regarding politics or that particular subject, I'm avoiding it with you because I know that you get personal on that subject. C'est fini. But then if you're not attacking me personally, it's cest now. But if it's spelled cest,
it is spelled.
but yeah, that's just me. And I personally, if you believe in, and I'm going to even mention their names because I've been trying to avoid their names.
Why are you trying to avoid shaking tables? This guy does not Bye.
Yeah, it's politics. See, so it's politics. Like I say, I typically run from it.
It is reality.
Anyways, so if whether or not you are supporting Atiku, you're supporting Tinubu, you're supporting I think from the numbers that was released on live TV, Atiku even had more votes than Obi, which made no sense.
Votes are we talking?
You get, which made no sense, right? But whether or not you support any of these three guys, right?
There are more than three. There's
NNPPA. I saw those people's poster
there are
recently.
actually a lot of parties here, but
We know them are just three. No, before, and it's even good that it's three. Before, it just used to be two. Either this or this. And for Nigerian politics, it's always going with the person that is lesser evil, right? We know that these people are criminals in big agbadas. We all know from the get.
you have evidence to support that.
We just know.
Don't go and accuse them on live TV. They'll come and charge you for what's that? Is it libel or?
I don't know, man. Slander. Oh, I'm so sorry. Okay, maybe.
I don't have money.
This is my personal opinion. This is my personal opinion. We have freedom of speech, but I know that freedom of speech is not. It's not. but I do believe that. Some of these guys, we know that the politics can be a dirty game, and it's always for us Nigerians. It's always going with the person that is like lesser evil. Like, oh, this person can even maybe manage us. But the fact that we have somebody that just came from, I won't say nowhere, but just came from somewhere a couple of months ago, and is actually in the top 3 to the point in which the numbers stacked, if stacked with enough transparency, could be the president of this country.
Wow.
Right? Now, whoever you support, either one of these 3 guys, honestly, I don't care, because it's your opinion. I respect whatever you believe in.
Hypothetical.
However you want to do it, just don't carry your nonsense to my side, right? But the thing is, now this is where people can take my words out of context. This is Nigeria, right? You cannot not be involved because of, even if you want Japa, you cannot fit be, right? I think I've not been. So although if you want to carry me to be, give me trouble. But the point I'm trying to make is whoever your preference is, once I know that this is what this is who you are going with and you are hard, I would try as much as possible to avoid you, because I know that could be the end of me and you's relationship if that conversation goes sideways.
Okay, so when you know somebody's stand and you are planning to avoid them, will you tell them you're avoiding them because of this?
No.
You won't tell them.
Yeah.
But what if when they find out that you're avoiding them because of this, they feel offended and they don't want to be your friend?
And when they come to me and they want to be my friend, then the conversation that I'm avoiding, we will have it. Then when we have it, it will damage the fate of the friendship.
Uh-huh.
So
after the friendship is damaged, will you die?
No, but I don't think
exactly.
it's okay. See,
8 billion people.
My bone of contention is you are a very terrible person, by the way. Dikwa is. I'm not even going to give you a backstory into how Dikwa takes everybody to be toys, right, or pawns, right?
Please a lie.
But see, the thing is, you cannot just discard people off of one conversation, off of one disagreement. Is what I am saying. Like, it's not enough. It's not enough reason. Perhaps this person is in polar opposite to what you believe in. Okay, I'll give you an example, a very personal example. If I say this thing, I cannot take it back. So that's what people don't realize about podcasters. Are putting our lives on public display.
Cast yourself on
right.
TV.
Okay, so some time ago, I dated a church girl. Right?
Oh.
I know that you didn't clock first.
Okay.
So now, some time ago, when I say I dated a church girl, like I'm not going to say there's a church person because I'm a good Christian. I like to believe I'm a good Christian.
Are you ashamed?
No. There's just some set of people or persons.
Church girls own it with your full chest. I hope it's full. That you're a church girl.
Am I good? Can you let me land?
Any son of man.
So I did this chick, right? And she was like heavy on church, right? And I'm not saying I'm less heavy, but she's heavier.
Please don't be heavy on church. You'll be heavy on the deity you're actually serving.
Good,
right?
beautiful.
That's actually what religion should be about.
Beautiful.
Not religion.
Faith is different from faith.
Faith, not religion.
Faith is Faith. Faith.
I'm not saying FAT.
I'm just saying.
When we come,
I'm just saying.
Faith, FAIT.
Right. Okay. So, anyways, back to my story. Right. I was with this chick. Beautiful relationship. I'm not gonna lie. But listen to me, Job. So the relationship ended for one simple reason. We had two different value systems. So while she was heavy on religion, I won't say religion. Let me just say God basically. I won't say I'm liberal, but I don't know. I try to
stronger.
Yeah.
Stronger like that.
So it kind of dented our relationship. So will I say it's enough to end the relationship? Hell no. Because I feel like we could always compromise. We could always meet in the middle. But because of there was that premise. Well, I don't know why you are chuckling.
No. The reason why I'm smiling is let me ask you a question about this your relationship now.
You're asking because you're an insider.
Yeah, no, don't worry.
Okay,
you understand
go ahead.
why I'm asking. You guys separated because of a difference in value systems.
Yeah.
Did you separate immediately you found out? No.
She separated.
I came back.
I came back. I went back.
How many times did you guys?
Let's not do that. Let's not fucking do that.
No. The reason why I'm bringing this out is to highlight that it is not a snap of the finger.
It's not a Thanos thing.
It's not something you just drop somebody because they don't support your value system. You try to compromise, but you church girls know that they used to say that you cannot be unequally yoked or so.
We unbelievers.
We don't believe that.
Yeah.
Guys. I'm not saying it's an unbeliever, but you get what I'm saying, you right? Because of that clash, they kept trying to make a compromise, but it didn't work out. But you guys tried. Not once, not twice, not thrice.
I'm not going to go into those details.
That's all I'm going to say, right? But you get what I'm saying. They tried and tried and tried.
But one party tried and the other.
They tried.
And one party was the any person.
No.
I'm just saying. No. I'm not trying to cast myself. I'm just saying that it's not enough. And I'm even going to brush past that. It's not enough to say.
I just snap on the finger.
Yeah.
That's not how it works. There's communication.
So while
compromise.
While social media has brought us together, brought the world together, it has also made people. I heard of stories. I wish this is a story for me to tell, but I can't tell it because I don't have the person's permission, so I won't tell it. But I know of someone that is a very good friend of mine that their relationship ended simply because of the guy. Yeah, the guy broke up with her on every social media platform. Like, blocked that. Okay, I don't know what happened prior.
Blocked.
Yeah. So yeah. I don't know what happened prior because both of them are my guys, and most likely they're both going to listen to this episode, right? Hi guys. so the relationship ended. Man's blocked her everywhere. I don't know if there's like a backstory whether she fucked up or anything. So I'm not going to go into that. But he blocked her everywhere, and imagine we did not have that sort of technology where you had to face the person and converse with the person. You did not have that block because how can you block? You block me on WhatsApp, you block me on Instagram, you block me on Twitter. Then the chick had to literally send him an email to be like, you never blocked me for years now. Crazy, wow. Crazy. But because of what's that sound?
That's a plane.
Oh my days. Oh.
Yes, we still have planes flying over us.
but because of the accessibility of losing or you can quickly delete this person from your life. We choose to use it anyhow. And look at ladies because of I saw somebody made a tweet on I've been using Twitter very recently. Like I fallen in love with Twitter, by the way. Anyways, I've been using Twitter recently and I saw this particular tweet that this lady said, she saw this guy that she liked, that she went to his timeline and she searched for the term feminist, that she did not like what she said and she blocked the person. And I'm like, you've not even listened to, okay, maybe I don't know what you saw. Maybe it was provocative, but at least give the person a chance.
She's not ready. That's all. And 8 billion people, bro. She has not even met him, so she doesn't need to. Now,
To you people are dispensable. To you people are toys. Just carry them and
that's
throw
what
them
I'm
away.
saying. Twitter is not a real place. See this guy that blocks his babe on all social media platforms. Did he block his babe in real life? Can she not go to where he stays and see him face to face? Can he block her like that? is she blocked?
Oh,
You know that kind of thing. They can block you on all social media platforms, but face to face, yeah, where is he going to run to? Who is he going to run to? You know, if you are trying to avoid a conversation or trying to avoid to saying to her face that I'm done with you,
Yeah.
if she comes to your front, would you not still say it? And what would now be the point? You just clear that from your timeline. Keep your timeline to yourself. It's your own.
So we have like quick, like 3 things to quickly run through. It's not really big, but the first thing is the first thing now is so because of your favorites, right, are not supporting any political, or they're not politically inclined, they don't care, or they just do their thing, they're not as vocal as Fowls or as they're not Odoguin. They're not
We know who we're talking about here. The B.
Anyways, so because of your favorite is not following this person, is not carrying Peter Obi on his head. The next thing is, you are not you're not using your position of influence for whatever. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you, love? What's wrong with you people? Are you fine?
I don't know why you're putting someone on such a high pedestal when they themselves have removed themselves from that pedestal.
They are intentionally trying. You understand? They are intentionally trying to avoid, because there is no winning. Like, listen,
just if like this guy was avoiding shaking some tables on politics and rape, and then you come and cancel him, like when he has already said he's avoiding it.
I'm not even going to call this episode cancel culture, because cancel culture is cliche at this point. However, because of somebody does not believe in what you believe in, or is not carrying it on his head, doesn't make him any less human being. Let's not try to force which is the point. Let's not try to force our own value system onto people. Let's learn to respect what people believe in. We are different. We have different backgrounds. Because I grew up in Agege, forgive me if I think Asiwaju is the best person because I think he's the best. He has the street cred. I'm not saying he's the best person. I'm just giving an instance. Don't take me out of context.
I will punch this guy.
I'm just saying that because I grew up in the trenches, right? And I it's gonna be somehow if I'm seeing someone that never grew up in Lagos or in Nigeria and is speaking for Ne, that say he wants to be the president of the country, and I'm going to look at you because of my background in saying, oh, I grew up in these places. This person went through this. You have more knowledge about whatever I might be going through, because of you also are here. Now, this is what I believe in. Now, for the outside world, I cannot be showing you my mind. I can only say, I believe Asiwaju is the best person for us. I believe Asiwaju is the best person for us. I believe Asiwaju is the best person for us. Again, don't take me out of context. Don't cut 10, 15 seconds of that video. I beg, right? I'm just saying that because I think this person is this, doesn't instantly make me, at least give the person the benefit of doubt. Be the voice of reason, as someone close to me will say. Be the voice of reason. Okay, listen to what this person has to say, and if it does not now tally with you, and you're like, oh, I respect what you believe in, please respect me if I cannot convince you, because it's a conversation. I'm not trying to, it's not a debate. Yeah, everything on Twitter is argument. Like, why can't we just talk, right? And please, that's just what I'm trying to pass across. Because of this person is neutral or this person is not talking about it, let's not try to choke our value system onto people, and beyond politics, even in relationships. And sometimes I'm guilty of it because I consider myself an inside person. I don't go out much. If you're my babe and you're going out too much, I'll look you 2 times at, what's doing you? Why are you going out, right? And I cannot be saying, I'm going to look inside because I don't want to go out. Bro, you're an adult, right? You have to take decisions for yourself. However, I can only suggest and tell you, there's a quote that I've when I learned it, I've been living by it recently, or not recently, it's been years actually. Teach men as though they taught them not. Teach men as though you taught them not. suggesting things unknown as things for God. Basically, if you're trying to teach someone something, teach them as if you're not teaching them. Then suggest the thing that you're trying to teach them as though now you sabian. If you don't forget or you do not take note, because people would appreciate something that they think they know rather than something that you clearly did not know, because that means you are smarter than me if you're telling me that you don't know it and I know it. Do you get? So I respect what you want to think or what
you understood what you just said. Raise your hand.
I wish
I didn't understood.
Okay, the quote says
Don't
let me try now. Let me try. I believe you're smarter than you could be smarter than Dipo. It's not by being tech bro. Understand? But the quote says, teach men as though you taught them not, proposing things unknown as things forgot. So if they don't know it, propose it as though they forgot it. And if you are teaching men something, teach them as though you taught them not. Make your opinion suggestive. Make anything you believe in editable. Because it's not what you believe in now that you believed 5 years ago. Some of you say that you're not going to enter, what is it called? You are going to bleed on your marginal.
Can you be me?
No, think about it. Some of you say you're going to bleed on your wedding night. That's the only time you're going to bleed. Sister, what's up? That's all I'll say.
Call her name now.
I better go to every kitchens out there. I'm so sorry. There's been the Igbo lady trend on Twitter and it's been beautiful. It's been nothing but futuristic. There is future ahead and it's just been beautiful. Is what I would say.
When are we going to talk about tribe?
No. I am not doing that.
Why?
I am not doing that.
Table. Are you tribalistic?
Oh, you want to do that?
Are you tribalistic?
So if you'd like to have a conversation about tribe, bigotry, you want to talk about how young people are unnecessarily tribalistic.
But you're young. Why are you tribalistic?
I'm not having this conversation. But if you want to, there's going to be a comment section on Spotify. You can go to our Instagram at Shaking Tables with AA. If you request it, we will consider the team. It's not me. Because it's not me that will create that content. Me, I'm just the voice of the people. And I'm the face to be dragged if it goes wrong. Right? But I am going to suggest it to the team that, so and so person says, they want people to be enlightened on tribalism.
Have we had a topic on how a person's upbringing background affects their life views?
No.
But you know that's
yes now. This is quite.
I don't give a topic like this.
When the team are going through the podcast, they would.
So that's why I'm not tribalistic, because I did not grow up in an environment where we were like separating people according to.
But we can't blame people for their opinions. We can't kind of blame, we get it.
I'm saying the environment also shapes you.
Yeah, true that.
The environment was nice, thank God.
Sometimes I just make a no talk, but I see them tweets, I see them posts, I see them opinions, and I'm like, I go to the person's timeline, I'm like, bro, you are barely 30. What's wrong with you? Like, what do you think? What opinion do you think you know about? Like, what have you seen for you to have this opinion strongly held to your fist?
Okay, did you enter your DM and ask them?
Why the fuck would I do that?
Thank you.
Why the fuck would I do that?
You did not ask.
Because you're not worth my time.
You've cancelled the person.
No. Listen. You're not worth my time. If it's someone like, okay, I'm going to make it worse. And I hope this doesn't backfire in my face.
Boom.
So somebody in our organization. Who supported
plausible deniability.
Whatever that means. Supported Asiwaju, right? After the numbers came in. After the numbers came in, and she talked about it on a the person talked about it on our social media that young people could learn eating or two. And
you know the person already.
I thought to myself that why would you say this?
Did you ask the person why they said
I did not engage the person. But did I not still talk to the person, even though I think the person
engage the person on that comment?
No.
So
because it's not my business. Like I said, I don't give to, like, I respect your opinion too.
And this is the guy that is saying I treat human beings like toys. I mean, come on.
I'm just saying, right? I'm just saying, right? So another thing that I think needs to be talked about is what if, say you fine, right? Funny thing is, I'm looking if the thing is still shooting, so I most likely will have to go and check if the camera is still rolling.
I'm absurd.
Right? But let me ask you this, and I wanted to like talk a bit about this. What if it's your parent or your sibling, someone that you cannot detach from, that has that belief and it's connected to you by blood? This person say, "Oh, I believe in." Now let me look. I believe in murder. I believe in gun. I believe in gun license is actually a big thing in the US, right? I believe in gun license. People should have more guns for their protection. And to you are like, if the world has nobody has guns, nobody's gonna die, right? How would you treat if the person is your dad, right?
Yeah.
Where you are shouting Peter Obi and you go home. Like I saw somebody post the tweet on Twitter. It was like, oh, his dad is an Ashewaju person, but he stole his PVC. He couldn't find his baby's PVC, so he wasn't able to vote. And I'm like, yeah, that's game. That's smart. But how would you handle that situation when you cannot block the person? You are stuck with the person for life. Let me check this camera, beg.
Okay, if you're stuck with the person for life, yes, your close person, your blood, and they have differing views from you, right? Obviously, you're stuck with them, but like Adura said, on that topic, you would know that you have different opinions. On every other topic, you guys might be fine, you guys might be friendly, you guys might be the best of G's, but you know that when it comes to that topic, fam, separate me from that.
That is okay. Now imagine every person you're blocking is your blood. Think about it. And this is just me being trying to be, on a lighter note. If you could consider these people as just people that have multiple backgrounds, have different backgrounds, grew up differently. Some people did not really receive love like the way you received love. Some people no, I'm serious. Some people. Okay, I'm not saying that you coming from a nuclear background with both your parents together meaning that you receive love. Please don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that because of you came from a single parent, you did not receive love. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying that perhaps your family had love where you're coming from, your environment. You know, they say it takes a community to take care of a child. Your neighbors took care of you. You were your neighbors' guys. Your parents were going to church. You were going to mosque. You were quite religious, and you had that.
What about parents that go to shrine? Don't discriminate.
You had that community love. Like, yes, people that, and I'm learning this very recently. Someone is putting my perception to things like this. Like, people actually had terrible childhoods. Like, the kind of stuff you see in movies. Yeah, people have lived it. And because of you can't see that people are on Twitter and they have refined themselves and they're now slaying on Twitter and everything on social media. Because of you can now see that you don't see that, oh, this person actually went through a lot of things in their childhood, right? All of this to say that the reason people make their decisions is based on their background. Like I said, if people knew better, they would do better. So if you know better, have empathy for them and hope that they see the light.
Word. Another thing, please keep this in mind as well. Do not always think people have a reason for their decisions. You'll be disappointed.
Interesting.
On one hand, it might be there's a reason. On the other hand, it might be there's no reason. That's why we're human beings. We sometimes make decisions we don't have any rational backing for it.
It's crazy.
That's crazy.
That's crazy, love.
But that's what we are, man.
Finally, I want us to also know that and I'd like us to close on this note. As young people, because of we are internet savvy, we think that the internet will solve our problem. Let me tell you something that will shock you and will hurt you, and you would vex.
Insects that are just trying to live, just trying to survive.
So let me tell you something that I know for a fact will hurt you. It's not by taking pictures of people that messed up it at INEC office that carry ballots that you think that they will go and beat them in their house, or Oga police will go and meet them because of your post their picture on Twitter. I'm not saying it won't work. I'm saying that life is not limited to that. It's not because of then I saw a ton of people at INEC. At INEC, Kwara State. No. Chill now. At INEC, Kwara State, we're not allowed to vote. What are you going to do about it? Like, bro, let me tell you something that you most likely know, but you don't know. People that are mostly successful on social media have already been successful in one area of their field. They've been influential as actors, businessmen, and all they needed to do is come on social media and continue their line of success. So if you thinking that tagging international bodies and signing petitions is going to remove
I sense some hidden anger.
It's not. No. I'm. Do you know? I saw a tweet that this person said you don't sign petition, tire, because you people think, young people especially, we all think that we can change the world because we have social media, we have the power of the internet. I get it. EndSARS was a crazy thing. The internet. I think it was EndSARS that led to this very moment that we live in now, because EndSARS was proof that young people, when we come together, we can do crazy things off of just the internet. So I acknowledge that. However, let's not be delusional into thinking that every problem that we have, we think, because we have the internet, we can tag these persons and that persons, and they're going to come and bro, you're not living in an Avatar movie, bro. What the fuck's your problem?
The world does not revolve around you or me. My own world revolves around me, like in the back notes, but like basically, the internet is not a real place. EndSARS was that successful because we actually came out physically, and you guys would know when they were shooting. I would boldly say that there was EndSARS shooting, right? I was on the island at the time when they were shooting, and we posted it on social media, and we raised cries to the international community in quotes. What happened? Did anybody come and rescue us?
Nobody came through.
Did anybody come and stop them from shooting? Not a single soul. So, international community is fine and all for informing them that this is what's happening in our country, but expecting them to leave their own abode and come to you to fight for you.
All you need to do is go and dye your hair green, have a big smile on your face. I just know that you are the Joker, love, because but I think that's all I believe the topic is on. I hope you've been able to learn a couple things.
Don't counsel people for no reason.
Don't
use your head.
Just think about it.
You know that your head is not usable. You should have reasonable friends that you can.
And if you don't have reasonable friends, let me tell you something. No, because you can go and have pack friends that do not have sense, right? So let me tell you something. Just go to Shaking Tables on Instagram, Shaking Tables with AA, Shaking Tables with AA on all podcasting platforms, or YouTube. Check my YouTube, Adragbemi Abiola, and come on, borrow sense from you understand? We are giving you sense for free. You dig, right? But it will mean a lot if you've listened this 5 minutes. You're an OG. If this is your first time, we're welcoming you in the name of the Lord. I would like to hear from you. Let me know what you think of this conversation. Do you think it's enough, or have you ever done it before? Do you think it's enough to cancel people, or you're a very terrible person? Is it enough to cancel people or block people or lose some relationships based on a simple argument or contradicting opinions on certain subjects, right? I'm optimistic to hear from you. I'm optimistic to having conversations with you. I am looking forward to it. I genuinely, people see, it is, as much as I hate it, people love my podcast more than my person. Like, it was when they told me in university, like, we're like, we know the podcast, but we don't know the guy. Fine, I could take it, but people were telling me that your podcast is more interesting than you. That I was like,
you said it yourself. You're an indoor person. You know, interesting now.
Oh well. Anyways, if you think the podcast is fun more than me, it's fine. Please fuck with the podcast all you want. Make sure you put one of your friends on. This is something that I'm trying. I told a friend of mine recently that he was like, really enjoyed the episode about romanticizing the new year and less is more episode. And I'm like, oh, just put one of your friend on, send them a link to the podcast, have a conversation about them. I promise you, we are innocent. We're not the regular Nigerian podcast pandemic. We've been doing this shit for about 3 years now, and I think posterity says that, we're around and we're doing this thing for good, right? Lastly, I just wanted to remind us. The reason why I put this to the last is if I was doing live update at the beginning, we'll not be able to enter the episode like proper. And I wanted us to actually talk about it and converse. Right? If you remember a couple of episodes ago, I mentioned that the podcast is trying to take a retrospective point of view, which is understanding why the podcast exists. And I just wanted to remind you that the reason why the podcast exists is not to jump on trends. It's not to. That's one of the reasons why we've not gone viral yet. We could talk about what is trending. We could talk about have a podcast about podcasts and say, everybody is just talking into a mic because they have the budget and they work in a studio. And I'm not going to do that as much as I may want to do it, because what the podcast genuinely believes in is one of the things is to help people be less terrible human being, right? We know that it is not enough it's not magical. You cannot just wake up one morning and be good, because like I said, we have individual backgrounds, but we are trying to help you be less terrible, just one less terrible human being on the streets of Lagos, on the streets of Nigeria, in diaspora, wherever you might be, would help the world in a significant way. And this is not to say that we're perfect. This is not to say that I know better than you. This is just me suggesting, because trust me, I fuck up on a colossal scale.
Enough, we know. Move on.
I just need to. Okay. All right. Secondly,
you said that was the last.
And now, no, like the star goals. Like this is like our vision and mission.
Okay, yeah, continue.
Just like 3 or 4. Don't worry. The next thing is to question societal norm, right? Challenging assumptions.
What's the first one?
The first one is
Are you writing this thing down? It might be exam or giveaway later.
Look, I might make a good lecturer. Think about it. I might make a good lecturer.
Make a good lecturer. You know that
I could just wear glasses.
Guys, that's how people feel.
See me in my office. You feel? What is this you're wearing? See me in my office.
One of them. They come for you.
I'm just saying. Right. Okay. So number one. We're trying to help people be less terrible human beings. The other thing is to
number two,
question societal beliefs or question the status quo. Because of everybody does it doesn't necessarily make it right, and we want to be able to put. Some of you have not had the sex talk with your parents, right? We provided the homosexuality talk. Okay, although we have not had the sex talk, and I don't know if I'm enough or I know enough to have the sex talk. What? Choose your next words wisely.
Based on our trip earlier today.
What trip are you talking about?
The last trip we went on.
I have no clue what you're talking about.
The trip we were inside traffic for.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Wow, you're denying me your life.
Like I said, I have no clue what you're talking about.
Okay, that's fine. Move on.
So, we're not going, and all of what we're talking about is not just theoretical. We're going to have people that has lived these realities come to talk to us about these things too.
Number three. If you're sleeping, sorry, it's so much. I don't know why.
I'm so sorry. This is last one. Number 3 is last one.
Attention span. Sharp.
I'm so sorry. I feel like it was pertinent. Okay, so number 3. I'm just going to stop. Number 3 means important.
Wow.
Having conversations which affect positive changes both personally and in your immediate community, and having fun while at it. I know it's kind of wordy, but I'm just going to bring it down to the base of what it means. Trying to communicate to people positive changes so that you can have positive changes both personally and in your immediate community. We know that not everybody will change the world. Not everybody is going to have the stage that Peter Obi has currently. But in your family, if your dad is a batified person and wants Achiwaju to win, you can go and collect their PVC and go and hide this somewhere so that they can vote, right? And just help your immediate environment. Perhaps in a sarcastic way, look at your language, what they enjoy doing. Is your dad a amala person? I don't know why I'm saying that every time. Is your sister, does your sister like fancy dates? Take her to I don't know any
sister, are you hearing?
Take her out.
Take me out.
I beg you. Right? But if you want to change your brothers or sisters' opinion on something, speak the language to them. Have an immediate she's not going to be able to speak manga to you, so rest.
Speak their language, not your own language. Continue, sir.
So we want to be able to create positive changes, both personally and your immediate. We want to like inspire people to create positive changes both in your personal life and your immediate environment. I'm done with the lecture now. If you stuck around, I want to tell you you're an OG, and if this is your first time, you are a super OG, because I don't know where you got your patience from, but because even if not me, although I'm not gonna lie, I've been listening to watching a ton of podcasts lately.
Yes.
It's been totally interesting. I'm not gonna lie.
Yes.
That's where we got the idea from this TV thing and this design thing. If you think it was cool and nice and you like the video,
We copied you.
we copied you. And if you think we know who we copied, tag them so that they can see that we copied them.
Table, yes.
You understand, right? Anyways, thank you so much for sticking around.
Thank you.
I want to say a big thank you to Dickball by recording in the middle of the night as usual. Practically had to wake Dickball from his sleep.
Like I came from the dreamland.
to the internet land. but just as usual, it's always difficult to say goodbye. It's always difficult to like end the podcast, and I hope that if you don't get anything from this episode, one thing that I want you to make sure you got is, why the fuck did you not get anything?
And there are children listening to this. What's that? Don't spread bad behavior, please.
Okay.
It's bad behavior.
Why on God's green earth? Why on God's green earth do you want to learn one thing? We literally just spent an hour spitting out gems. If you missed anything, there's no harm in listening again or watching again, right? It would mean so much. Share with your friends. Put one of your friend on and talk about it. Take a screenshot. Even if you're not putting your friend on, take a screenshot and post on your social media. It would go so much that people actually...
I'd rather fall in love with you.
I know people see that they're my OGs just simply because of they listen to the podcast. And while that might be bias, I own up to it.
Okay, that's the end. I'd rather talk too much. Let's end with this. Please share love among your fellow human beings. At the base of it all, no matter what you believe in, share love. You might not have received it, but if you are capable of giving, please do. If you are incapable, please do not share the opposite. Don't share at all.
If you think...
You know that saying that if you don't have something nice to say nothing at all, right? So if you don't have love to give, don't give anything.
Don't be saying, I'm like that. I'm blunt like that. Shut your...
It's enough. Let's end this episode. They'll come for you. That's coming for you that you're scared of.
Down. But I genuinely want to say I've missed this. We literally had no script. We just wanted to just...
doesn't want to end this podcast.
I swear, it's just...
Off button.
I miss doing this, man. Have a great week. Have a wonderful night. Have a wonderful day. At whatever time. No, now wait. Let's.
Okay.
At whatever time you're listening to this, thank you so much for sticking around. I hope you have a wonderful time. For folks that say that they've missed my voice, I want to tell you, I know people reached out to me that, you know that WhatsApp feature that we can now send voice status. Yeah. Oh my days, when I first posted it.
And you were like, oh my God, I love your voice.
No, I missed your voice. When is the podcast coming back? The podcast has come back now. If you know, listen, I will swear for you.
Podcast.
Take it as it were. The podcast is back now. Please listen. Have a great day. Have a wonderful week ahead. Cheers.
Bye.
Love and
bye.